Hello, my name is Alan and I'm a volunteer at the Rayleigh Windmill, and welcome to the third floor. By now you're about 2/3 up the building and I expect you're feeling a bit tired. This is the highest we can go, although there is actually a couple more floors above us, but these have not been restored. If you look out the window opposite, you're looking towards Rayleigh Mount, which is owned by the National Trust. As you may notice, you can only see the bottom part of the sail. And this shows how high we actually are and how much further we need to go up the building to see the centre of the sails. The metal fence below, you may notice the land behind it dips down slightly and then rises. This is the edge of the boundary of the National Trust property and shows the remains of the old ditches that were there when the castle was built. In the centre of the room, you can see a model of Rayleigh Castle. This is a Motte Bailey Castle. This type of fortification was built throughout England by the Normans. As you may remember from school, William the Conqueror invaded this country in 1066 and took over all the land. He gave a large amount of land in southeast Essex to Robert Fitzwymark. This castle was probably started around about 1070. And is shown in the Domesday Book, which was published in 1086. By this time, it was held by his son Sweyn. As you may note, this is how come the local schools, Fitzwymark and Sweyn, have gained their names. This model shows the castle in about 1180, or thereabouts. And why is it here, you may ask? Well, this is a natural high point for the whole area. If you look out this window, looking northwards, you can see the edge of Holbridge, the edge of Rayleigh, and in the distance, Southwood and Ferrers, and the old water tower at Latchington. So clearly you've got a very good view northwards. If you look out this window over this side, near the door, you can see the tall buildings in Southend. So this is a good illustration of what a good vantage point this castle has over the whole area. These Motte Bailey castles were usually made of wood, as they could be constructed fairly quickly with relatively low-skilled workers. Much later, in around about 1150, stone cladding was being added to the mound part of the site to improve the durability of the area. By the early 1200s, it was no longer required and gradually fell into disuse. The castle itself may look small to our eyes, but to the local population it was massive. They only lived in small thatched buildings, so this large construction was totally alien to them. As the castle in Rayleigh fell into decline, the local lord began to construct a new castle at Hadley overlooking the Thames estuary. Eventually, in 1394, Richard II gave permission for the townspeople of Rayleigh to use the stone in the site, and it became farmland for the next 500 years. By the early 1900s, the site was saved for future generations by its donation to the National Trust.